Hello folks, thanks for joining me. This is the conclusion of my current series, special edition, Remnants of an Ancient Civilization on Mars. And that's the evidence thus far that I've gathered over the past 2 years. So you could look at this as a sort of a catalogue or a library of sorts of all the really strange anomalies that I've found. So we'll also be checking out some bonus material towards the end. So let's get cracking on. The first anomaly, I featured this one in part 1 of the series. It's this strange disk. It's about 300 meters in diameter, and it's from my blog post and video, the Star Trek 2001 Mars Rendezvous, an ode to Roddenberry and Clark, and I'll show you why I say that. This looks like the Starship Enterprise without the two nacelles. Check out the saucer disc-shaped part over there, and then the part that we're all quite familiar with. Check out the geometry in this design. It's almost like a large handheld mirror, and very close to it we've got this huge megalithic block over there, and this is why I call it an ode to Roddenberry and Clark. Clark, the writer of the 2001 and 2010 Space Odyssey books. There's the monolith, and then Roddenberry because of the Starship Enterprise. So both in the same CTX photograph, very, very unusual. Check out the smooth flat surface, and then the outline of what looks like a partially covered monolith. Similar one over here, my friend Saturn Arc discovered this one, and it's in Asimov, and this is from an ode to Clark and Asimov, the giant Asimov monolith on Mars. Clark features the monoliths in the Space Odyssey movies, and Asimov also wrote sci-fi novels, and the two of them always had this friendly rivalry. So I wonder if this is a humoristic stab at the two. The monolith from Clark in Asimov crater. Clark's monoliths are rectangular with dimensions in the ratio of 1:9, or 1 squared, 2 squared, 3 squared, and if you divide the length by the width, you get an aspect ratio of 2.3. And this one over here measures 35 meters by 95, an aspect ratio of 2.7. So it's just a bit taller, but check out the massive block. Very, very unusual. Nothing else like it in Asimov. And there it is up close. It looks like it's made out of some type of concrete. Look at the cracks and these bright spots on the side here. There's another piece, maybe of another one underneath it. But also we can see the straight edges, 90-degree angles. And then this huge one over here, 77 degrees south, near the South Pole. This is zoomed out, and there it is up close. The one side is, I think, 1.2 kilometers, approximately 1 kilometer in length, and then there's a block lying next to it, and we'll zoom in on that one. This is from a high-resolution high-rise photograph, and it's of that part of the smaller block over there. So you can see it's massive. Get the smooth flat surface. Got a nice slab or monolith look to it. Look at the constant depth and 90-degree angles going on there. So there they are, massive megalithic or monolithic slabs or blocks. And then we're looking at Wreckage, Wrens and Fish near Real Vallis on Mars, part 1. we've got this huge triangular object over there, measuring about 20 meters long and about 12 to 15 meters wide. And it's definitely got symmetry and geometry going on here. Check out the center line there, and on either side we've got two smaller parts, very symmetrical. And then these are similar ones are featured in part 1 and 2 of this series. Another one of these strange T-shaped multi-part anomalies. This piece is about 15 by 15 meters, and to the one side, check out the straight edge on this piece, and then this little part sticking out of the one side. Very similar to this one from part 4 of this series. Look at the uncanny similarity going on there. And then this oval object, very close to this one over here. There's a span of about 15 meters, and it looks almost like a little craft with the two wings and the fuselage over here. And there's some similar ones. I've rotated these two so that the middle lines match the angle of this one over there. Then this strange object, this is zoomed out, crashed craft with rectangular hatch on Martian surface, right there, nothing else like it. This is from an MOC photograph, and there it is up close. You can check the strange rectangular object over there, and it's about 145 meters across. Look at the design. Looks like a rectangular craft, dome in the center, and in each corner we've got a long narrow, looks like an indentation. I call that a hatch. I'm not sure what else to call it, but it looks like some type of craft, maybe even a little outpost. And then a weird structure over there that's about 20 meters across. From structures, megaliths and debris south of Douglas on Mars. And looks like we have an opening here, folks, with a brace over there, something sticking out of the opening, and on top, above the center of the larger opening, we've got that spot, and then arranged in a semicircular pattern, these 1, 2, 3, 4, possibly 5 parts. Then another triangle carved into the Martian surface, and each side is about, I'd say, 30 meters in length. Got symmetry and geometry there again. Wonder if this was mined or cut out for some purpose that we're not aware of. I'll show you another one. This is from weird structure found on plains of Diatonillus mensae on Mars. And there it is up close. Check it, the hollowed out area there. Definitely not caused by a meteorite. Not even close to circular depression going on there. And there's the other one from part 1 of this series. And if you remember, this is a very, very huge triangle. It seems to be carved out of the surface as well. This bright object, all on its own right there, sticks out like a sore finger, is from alien head sculpture and other relics found on Mars. It's a strange dome-shaped object over there, about 10 meters in diameter, and it looks almost like a little craft. Get the symmetry there as well. Got a dome on top, in the center, and then something strange going on here. Could it be some type of opening again? is this little craft or structure. Who knows what that is? Let's take a look at where I discovered these anomalies. It's in 3 regions of Mars, and most of them were found in the mid-latitudes of the northern hemisphere and the mid-latitudes down in the southern hemisphere, similar to the temperate zones on Earth. There's the North Pole. You can see this is where I found the anomalies. This white line joins each site where I discovered artifacts. Let's go down to the South Pole, and there as well you can see the anomalies were found in the mid-latitudes. And then here and there on the equator we find a couple of relics and artifacts. As I say, most of them were found northern hemisphere mid-latitudes, and down to the southern hemisphere mid-latitudes. That's it for this series, folks. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. The anomalies that I'll be featuring from now on will be new discoveries. I'll see you soon in the next video. Until then, bye bye for now.